or
winner go home.
out.
Winner go home.
So
Winner go home. Winner keeps going. Loser goes home. They've already done pick bans. Buenas noches. Their first ban was Akazuki. I'm shocked.
Wow.
I'm shocked. This is becoming almost a meme here.
RF bans. Both
Russian battleships. Almost like we could have called that one.
And then the last ban was the Chapayev.
And then Chapayev.
So again, very, very heavy on the same ships.
Mm-hmm. And again, we see this. You know, I have to admit. Now, I will say this: I'm a little surprised to see so much Chapayev hate. I understand the long range radar. I get it, but Chapayev is so squishy. Like she just eats damage from every angle. You can focus one off the board. Now, but she can stealth radar at long range, so that can be a real threat.
She can, but I think even I feel like the Chapayev is a ship that takes a tactician of sorts to play correctly. I personally had to play a lot of Chapayev.
I was just fixing to say
in Sprimps League, and I remember having to put yourself into positions that are interesting enough, right?
I was just fixing to say Sneaky Snake would agree with you because he was our Chapayev player when I was with APOC.
Very interesting where you had to go. So I can definitely see, maybe it's just the long range radar. Maybe that's just the biggest thing. But the Chapayev really isn't there for damage. Like,
no, that's not why you bring one.
It's there for area denial.
Yes.
So I'm very interested to see why, because I think Buenas Noches in every game we played had seen him has banned Chapayev.
I think I'd have to go back and check that. Certainly are banning Akazuki a lot, so yeah.
Definitely interested to hear the logic and hear the reasoning behind that. But I think we're good.
All right, so Buenas Noches is ready. Looks like I'm going to go ahead and ready up here, and I think we're all going to be set. Let's let them know. And then shortly we'll be underway here as we head to Neighbors.
I like Neighbors.
I like Neighbors a lot. This is a good map.
Neighbors is a fun map.
This is one of my favorite maps. I love the ports.
Yes.
Right? And then when you sometimes when you play a big battleship, you spawn like in the dry dock or up next to the dock.
You're supposed to just stay there.
Like no, that's not how that works. That's not how that works.
You're a battleship player.
That's not.
You're in the dock.
Oh, I keep forgetting. You love Yamato so much you can make that work. There it was.
Man, I would love to play the Yamato on Neighbors. You could just sit there.
You could literally just sit in your spawn and shoot everything.
Back into that dock. But I'm interested to see the comps they bring. I feel like RF has been, when we saw them, they were pretty set on what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Buenas Noches as well.
Yes.
So, and I feel like the bans aren't really going to change all that much.
I think at this point, teams have pretty much figured out what's going to get banned and are adapting accordingly.
Yeah. So let's see. RF, they're bringing the double Massachusetts again.
I feel like this is not a bad map for that.
This is especially that cap that's in the islands.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore, Edinburgh, double Bayard, double Lo Yang. So a lot of spotting tools, to say.
Buenas Noches going Massachusetts and Amagi. I really like the Amagi pick. Baltimore, Cleveland. I'm not sure where to put the Cleveland on this map. Double Otago I like. And then Kid and Cossack. It's an interesting choice there.
So we just did Buenas Noches. And, of course, they had the Vladivostok instead of the Massachusetts. But, of course, it got banned out. So can't do the same.
Indeed. All right. Well, let's take a look at early deployments here. Of course, everybody's just starting to get their engines underway.
So RF, Lo Yang, Bayard, Edinburgh, they're headed to A, along with one Massachusetts, and the other half is going the other way.
Yeah, and it looks like early days here. BN is also going for an even split. The Kid looks like he might go to B. The Cossack, the Otago, the Amagi, and the Baltimore are very much all headed to C. That leaves the Cleveland, the Massachusetts, and the other Otago, one of the other Otagos, is headed down to A.
Now, one thing I'd like to point out is the max range on the battleships for the Massachusetts over here on RF side, they got to get down and dirty a little bit.
They're going to have to.
They're not going to be able to sit back and snipe it.
Now, the Amagi, on the other hand, doesn't have this problem.
Does not. So there's 3 Massachusetts.
Yes.
So you would expect a little bit of brawling here.
And we've seen that out of RF before.
Yes.
They prefer. I won't say they prefer. They're not afraid of that play style if the situation calls for it.
The way I describe them is they like to push the action.
Yes.
Right. That's their calling card.
Very much so.
And it looks like now this map can lead to that, but it can also lead to a point where you get overextended and you get surrounded.
Yep.
B cap on this map. This is very interesting because RF is sending nobody to B.
That's interesting because Time to Metal has just dodged up into B. That means you're telling me they're going to get it for free.
The Baltimore is definitely going to close to maybe be within radar range. He just hit his radar now, but if that DD is on the Yeah, he just spotted him. Time to metal can leave.
Looks
Probably
like,
not take a lot of damage.
Looks like he is going to bail out of the cap. Yep, he's not willing to trade his health this early. Edinburgh and Bayard shots coming in from down over, revealing themselves. Nobody knew they were there until they opened fire down on H5 or so. Time to metal may take a couple of dings here, but on his way north of the cap, but he'll be back down there shortly. They can't keep him out forever.
So a small tactical error by RF. They opened fire, and Ruthven, the Edinburgh, was actually not close enough to the smoke yet. He actually had to turn back into the smoke but before he took a lot of damage. So there was maybe a little miscommunication there.
It also tells us where one of the Yangs is, right?
Yeah.
We know for a fact that one of the low Yangs is down there now.
And interesting, he is actually capping the front side.
Yes.
So instead of going around like you see a lot of teams do, he just straight up went right onto this front side behind the island.
Well, with that much support, there's no fear of being caught out.
Yes. And now it makes it a shorter amount of time that he can cap that, back out, and then he's back in front spotting for his team. Very, very good adaptation by RF now I don't know about the Massachusetts. I don't know where he's going to go because he's a battleship. He's still working it up, right?
Yep. It is an interesting question as Time to Metal gets back into the top end of B.
So I feel like they're going to get B now. Time to Metal is going to back onto B. Bunny's not going to have his radar up. And really, there's nobody to shoot at him. I think RF might want to save that radar, give him the cap, let him have some points.
I think the drama now is going to be at C as the Cossack and the Low Yang, that's Jaime and BW Ray, are basically like proxy spotting each other through this island. But nobody has shots on BW yet. Nobody seems to have shots on Jaime yet. So it's a stalemate. C's not going anywhere. Now, one of the Atagos is swinging wide to try to get that angle on BW.
Where is your Atago at right now?
Which one? The north one?
The north one.
He is in B8, continuing to head east along the B line.
So
he's trying to get this angle on BW Ray.
So interesting enough, the Bayard for RF is also going that way. He's in C10.
Oh, they're about.
So they're going to find each other. Yes.
Oh goodness. Yes, indeed.
They're about
There's been a moment of discovery, sir.
They're like, oops.
Look, I'm right here.
And in this fight, the Bayard is definitely. There's a Baltimore out there as well. So Ozium right now is about to find out that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this Atago looks like he's vulnerable, but the Bayard just ate a couple of sits.
And the one thing about the Baltimore that it has that is rough for these French DDs or French cruisers is
now. Sangheli has got to be cautious that Massachusetts over on his starboard side. I wonder if he's looking. Yep. Massachusetts shells inbound.
Rear turret.
He's got to be very careful. And we see torpedoes coming in. There's a destroyer over there somewhere.
No,
those are Bayard torpedoes.
Those are Bayard torpedoes.
I'm sorry. It's a Bayard, not a Kutuzov.
But Ozium's getting pushed back.
They're both getting pushed back. But the difference is that Bayard does not have the ability to recover any of this health, whereas the Atago will at least be able to get some of it back. He does have more Massachusetts shells coming in. Who's in B? Sangheli took a huge hit from the Massachusetts.
So in B, the Low Yang that capped A
has now gone straight to B.
Yes, and he, against the kid, he pushed him out.
It looks like Time to Metal's got to leave, and I got to say. The BN guys over here, this Massachusetts, Tago, Cleveland, they don't feel like they've done anything, right? Like they surrendered A, now they've surrendered B. Like RF owns all the caps.
Yeah, so RF, interestingly enough, I was trying to figure out what they're going to do with that Massachusetts. It looks like he's just going to kind of come up between A and B, keep those cruisers back far enough that they can't really support the DD. The Edinburgh is rotating back to B as well. And they're keeping the Bayard. What's interesting is they're keeping the Bayard wide. So they're not going to be able just to sneak back into A. So he's going to come around that flank and start pushing around as well. So RF is doing a great job in kind of taking Buenos Noches and pushing them to where they want to go.
6 minutes gone as RF working on a lead here, about 100 points. Buenos Noches trading well. Both teams fairly even as they're trying to find a way to break the lock on one of these caps. Now, Time to Metal's back into the western edge of B, but the Baltimore, that's Bunny, over here is a great position to radar him. Does he have the range?
It's going to be...
he's right on the edge.
Very
right on
close.
The cusp of it. But he must have just radared because Time to Metal just accelerated and is bolting out of this cap.
Interesting, he didn't pop up, though.
Interesting. I wonder why he left.
Yeah.
Oh, he's smoking for the Cleveland. August
okay.
Cleveland is headed this way and has looked like he's going to snuggle up to the edge of this cap. That way, if the Yang decides to come back, they can drive him out.
There are torps inbound. Cleveland is spotted. Of
Cleveland,
course.
and August does have his radar up. He's spotted there briefly as he ducks into the smoke. A few shots from Ruthven's Edinburgh.
Well, he's going to be safe.
Oh, there's the other Bayard. That's get wrecked way over on the one line now.
Yes, that's the flanking Bayard that is going to chase that Massachusetts.
Yeah, that Mass is going to have to deal with that all game.
Ruthven just took a huge hit.
Well, and there goes up the radar on Kafi's Lo Yang on the bottom end of B. I don't know. They don't have a ton of firepower on him right now. Just the Cleveland really shooting at him.
Yeah, but the Cleveland will be enough to drive him away.
Oh no, he'll have to leave.
Yeah,
there's no question of that.
So it's really becoming a fight now for B.
Very much so.
You know, I feel like A and C have kind of been. I feel like Buenos Noches is kind of taking control of C, right?
Well, also, go have a check at what's happening with Augur in this Massachusetts. You're seeing something you don't almost never see, and that's Amagi in close combat.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know that I would court a battle with a Massachusetts at this range as an Amagi, but that's exactly what he's done. His armor's shrugging off most of it. He's winning this exchange very well. And he's got island cover now to turn out.
So Red Scarab, I think, is in kind of an interesting position because not only does he have that Amagi there, but he's going to have Torps coming in from him. Like, they're just passing him now from a DD.
Mm-hmm.
The Baltimore is definitely safe enough to push up, knowing that Red Scarab is backing up. You know, Buenos Noches is definitely taking control of C.
The kid is now face spotted by the Lo Yang. They're both in gun range as the fight commences here in B. Massachusetts shells coming in on time to metal as he takes some overpin damage there before he ducks into the smoke. Oh, the smoke is expiring now.
So is that Cleveland still in there?
Cleveland is still in there. He's leaving now. He realizes this smoke is going to expire on him, so he is leaving as they try to get shells downrange on Kafi's Lo Yang there at the bottom end of the cap. But this gambit, this ploy, this B employ to cap B did not yield any fruit. They're now about 170 points down. 9 minutes gone.
So Get Wrecked over here is still pushing up that flank, but he might get a little bit.
Oof.
Yeah, he might get a little bit there. Too far. He may want to take a chance to go dark, get out of there, and come back.
Well, it looks like the Massachusetts and the Otago have now decided that he's a worthwhile target to farm.
You know, and he's going to get on that line, and yes, the line can cause a little bit of aiming issues, but he's not going to be able to move.
No.
And he's going to get stuck. And the Takao AG is definitely going to be an issue. If he could go dark, maybe. But it looks like B again. B again.
Time to metal is back into B. He just like a dog with a bone. He will not let it go. And I don't blame him because that is literally like their whole hinge pin. They brought all of these guys back from A specifically to get this cap. And RF has done a great job of keeping them out of it until this moment. But even now, that Baltimore radar has to be up and ready. We see Lo Yang smoke going up on the bottom end of the cap. I'm willing to bet that Time to Metal is about to get radared in there, and the Lo Yang is going to start shooting at him and drive him out.
Ruthven is
moving. I see Ruth. Yep. We saw Ruth briefly. Probably coming into that smoke. Yep.
He's behind the smoke right now, and he's shooting at Time to Metal.
Yep.
Time to Metal has just been in and out of the cap. Yeah.
Yep. Halfway mark of the match, being down 200 points to Rogue Fleet here, trying to find a way back in. Now, one thing that Rogue Fleet has to pay attention to, both their battleships are definitely in danger.
Red Scarab is on double fire and flooding. He is going to die.
And there he goes. Yes. I was just realizing that they had not been trading well with their battleships, as Ossium's Bayard is now in a gunfight with Augur's Amagi.
I'm sure that's not a fight that he's.
I don't think I would not court this engagement at all. In fact, I'm Ossium. I'm going to go dark and try to run, but that's not his chosen tactic here.
No, looking at Ossium's health, that's not coming back. And the Amagi's very accurate.
The Amagi doesn't take much. A couple of these shells is all it'll take, but he overshot. It looks like.
Baltimore's also shooting, so
Ossium down on 1400 HP. Now he does at last go dark back on the 10 line.
Oh, Buenos Noches lost a battleship.
Ooh, that's a bit of a surprise. Which they lost? Oh, they lost their Massachusetts over here by the decap.
Buenos Noches with the. You said he was dark, right?
He was dark.
Okay, so that was a good shot by Tot MVMVM.
But B-Ball is almost also on his way out there. His Massachusetts is looking very low back here. Double fire and retreating. I can't imagine he gets out of this.
No, and that looks to be the Cleveland that is keeping him under constant barrage.
Indeed. Now with B-Ball dead, and the presumption is that will happen here in the next, let's say, 90 seconds or so. He is healing.
Yes.
They've quit firing at him, but we can see him. I'm really surprised they've quit shooting at him.
Range? Maybe the Cleveland doesn't have.
It's possible they're out of range.
Yeah.
He's lobbing shells at the Otago. Oh wow. Thinker Loan's Otago has been losing this fight with the Bayard and is about to go off the board. I think maybe he's just trying to trade at this point because he's literally dead. Is it going to be a trade?
No. Get Wrecked is still at
2100. Get Wrecked is on barely clinging to life. Rogue Fleet now with still retaining their 200-point lead.
But B-Ball is on fire again.
Then that'll be him. These are points that Buenos Noches desperately needs. They got to get onto this cap. They fought so hard for this position, and they're still not onto the B cap.
B-Ball is still definitely spotted. Fire's out, but next fire will definitely.
Well, Time to Metal is in a really good spot. He really should just bloody charge the Massachusetts at this point, right? Like, he can go cap A, and there's almost nothing they can do about it. The Bayard can't contest him. He can kill the Bayard.
B-Ball.
Ruthven's Edinburgh's coming back.
B-Ball is.
He's healing again.
Yeah, he's healing again.
Welcome to Massachusetts. Yeah. That's why you bring him.
But he.
I don't know. It feels so bad for Buenos Noches. Like they've struggled to get there, and they're still 300 points down.
Yeah, Buenos Noches. It looks so. The Baltimores are about ready to meet each other, but
I don't think it's going to last that long. Ooh, Augers Amagi's got a great angle on Bunny. Bunny has nowhere to go.
Yeah,
Bunny is trapped,
and he's also getting shot at.
Those are points that Buenos Noches is about to claim, and they need them desperately. They're on a 60-second timer here. They have to get a kill or get on a step on a cap.
Cleveland definitely needs to be careful here. Baltimore is definitely dangerous to the Cleveland, but the rate of fire of the Cleveland is just going to burn out that Baltimore.
Like they have to kill Bunny here. They have to. Bunny knows he's dead, but he trades a ton of HP on his way off the board. Jaime takes a big hit there. That buys Buenos Noches some time they desperately need here as they race to try to step onto the B cap.
So, looking at this, the Baltimore is definitely spotted and shooting AP at Ruthven, which is right. The RF really doesn't have a lot of stopping power now, right?
No.
Because B-Ball has had to back up and take so much damage. He's really
been a damage sponge, basically.
Yeah, he's really kind of out of it, right? The next time he's spotted firing, and if anything's within range, they're all gonna shoot at him.
This Buenos Noches' game right now is literally on a razor's edge. They cannot lose a ship. Standing on the B cap buys them time. The timer now resets to 2 minutes and falling. But they cannot get a ship onto A. The Bayard is still over there somewhere. We haven't seen him, but we know he's there. Time to Metal's radar, and the Edinburgh's driving him out again.
The Bayard's actually up at D1, behind that island, the peanut-shaped island.
Oh, he's way north.
Yeah, he's way up there.
Oh, that's a surprise. That could be really bad for Time to Metal. They have no idea where this Bayard is. They have no clue.
Ruthven is definitely getting pushed off here.
Well, they need to kill Ruth. If they're going to prolong this game and have a shot at winning, they have to kill Ruth right here.
So you got
Amagi shells coming in. A big hit. They desperately needed that. More shells continuing to fall, but the heel goes off.
Yeah, there goes the heel.
Goodness gracious. They have to get this kill. They need this Edinburgh dead. They need the points. They're running out of time.
The focus fire is good.
They know exactly what they have to do. It's just a matter of execution. There's another fire. Waiting on the Amagi salvo to come in. It's got to be on its way. Ruth's going to go out right here. This fire's going to burn him out. There he goes.
That'll buy him some time.
Buys him time.
Still 5 minutes to go, and they have double cap now.
Massachusetts on the back there on 900 HP, apparently out of heals. All he's got left, clinging to life.
But I feel like he's going to get spotted by Auger. Like he is.
Oh yeah.
Like
he's spotted by radar right now, but no one can get shells on him but Auger.
But I mean, Auger needs an overpin.
Literally, that's all. You get an overpin on the bow, and this guy's dead.
And shells are out. I mean, this is.
He's reversing. Let's see what he gets. He bounces one.
He got a bounce.
He bounced one off the forward deck. That was all he got out of that salvo.
But here's the thing. I mean, yes, RF wins in a minute.
But that's not going to happen.
But it's not going to happen because
they can step on this cap behind the backside of this island.
Yes. And I feel like
they know it too.
B-Ray has spent so much time out here trying to torp Auger that he's really out of position. Like,
where is he? We haven't spotted him in forever.
He is actually in I-6 down by that island.
Goodness gracious.
He's been trying to torp Auger, but Auger's done a great job of just staying bow in to where he's been. And Low Yang torps aren't known for being.
Buenos Noches now knows that I won't say they have this in the bag because they can still lose, but they are definitely sitting pretty at this point with their position and the ships that they've got surviving. Time to Metal taking a bit of a risk here.
But if
getting light up, he's trying to get the Massachusetts off the board before the Baltimore comes around the corner.
I mean,
but now he knows now the Bayard is north of him. You see the shells coming in.
I mean, B-Ball is in so much.
B-Ball has 23 hit points, And there he finally goes.
Well, and Kafe's gonna die as well. The
Yep.
Baltimore's right next to
The
him.
next kill will end this game. Oh, what an amazing game, Kami. Witness Note just down over 300 points, and they still managed to find a way back.
And interesting enough, they didn't. This is the thing we were looking at from the last time we saw them, right?
Mhm.
Was the comeback.
Yep.